Welcome to Align Christ-Centered Yoga. My name is Linda, and I'll be guiding our practice today. And our practice today is specifically a yoga practice for 12-step recovery. All are welcome. We are going to focus specifically on steps 6 and 7 of the 12-step program. These steps ask us to invite God to remove defects of character, to remove barriers and obstacles that get in the way of our relationship with others, our relationship with God, our ability to thrive. Change is uncomfortable. My question for you today is this: how comfortable are you being uncomfortable? I'm a gardener. I have a hydrangea bush that was overshadowed by other bushes that had grown taller than it. Last year, it almost died. There was too much shade, not enough sun, and not enough water. So in this fall, we cut it down to about 5 inches, and this spring, we dug it up and we moved it. That bush is spectacular today. It has about 30 blooms on it. It's about 4 feet tall. It is thriving in this new place that we have planted it. God tells us this. He says, sow for yourself righteousness, reap steadfast love, break up your fallow ground. For it is the time to seek the Lord, that he may come and rain righteousness upon you. I invite you today, as we gently move through this practice, to consider what it is that you need to change, to invite God to make those changes, to assist you, to prune you, to move you into a place where you can thrive. As you practice today, give yourself permission to make any modifications throughout the practice that are right for you, body, mind, or soul. Today, we're connecting the somatic nervous system. We're really focusing on reconnecting the brain with the way that the body moves and the sensations that go along with that. If something is too uncomfortable, back out of it. If you feel like you're not getting enough out of something, lean into it a little bit more. Find your sitting bones, rock a little bit side to side and front to back. You'll find 2 bones underneath the hips there. Maybe move the flesh away. I'm elevating my hips. I'm up on a blanket. Maybe you want to come up on a blanket or a block if you tend to be really tight through here and those knees are pretty high. When you lift the hips, the knees drop. I invite you just to take your hands to your hips and begin to gently move forward and back. Just notice any sensation in the lower back. Begin to notice that as you lean forward, you may overarch the back a little bit. As you tilt the hips back and tuck the tailbone, you may slouch. So one more time here. And meet me at center. Stacking shoulders over hips, finding a neutral alignment of the spine. Maybe noticing the curves around the tailbone into the lower back, around the upper back or into the neck. If you're comfortable with it, close your eyes. Begin to let the day fade away, let go of the to-do lists. Give yourself permission to be fully present during this practice. Begin to notice how the breath is moving through the body. We're going to adjust the breath. So we're going to do a box breath. Breathe in for a count of 4, say. And hold for that same count. 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. And hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. So inhale and hold, exhale and hold. Find what works for you in terms of the count. Take 2 more breaths here. As you're ready, begin to smooth out the breath. A deep inhale, a deep exhale, breathing in and out through the nose. Take 1 more breath here. Gently begin to move your ribs in a circle and see if you can isolate just the rib cage. Maybe you can and maybe you can't. Doesn't really matter. You're just trying to convince those ribs to move independently of the rest of the body. Gently draw the hips into it as well, making the circle a little bit bigger. As you're ready, add the shoulders and the neck and the head. And notice, what are you feeling in the lower back or the hips? Or maybe the legs. And 1 more breath here. Come to center. Begin to connect movement and breath as you inhale, let the arms rise up and the gaze rise. And exhale, hands come down, bowing your head. And 2 more times here, arms rising and falling. Bring the hands back to your knees. Start to circle the rib cage in the other direction. Again, small circles to start. Can you isolate the ribs in this direction? And maybe it's harder than the first direction that you went. Maybe it's easier. Begin to add in the tilt of the hips, circling around, making the circle a little bigger. And then add in the rest of the body. So again, just really exploring movement and the sensation that accompanies it. And 1 more time here. As you're ready at center, hands down, take a deep breath in, arms rise as the gaze comes up. And exhale as the head bows. And 2 more times here. As you're ready, hands down, go ahead and drop the chin and bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Chin forward, left ear to left shoulder. What's happening in the neck today? As you move, is it smooth? Is it crunchy? Are there snap, crackles, and pops? As you're ready, bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Leave it there and draw number 8 with your nose. Settle, maybe moving the hand out to the side a little bit. Find length up and down the neck. And then exhale, chin to chest. Again, 3 times, let the arms rise as the gaze comes up and fall as you bow your head. And move at your pace with your breath. Gently bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Again, make that number 8 with your nose. Explore it. Settle into wherever the stretch is best for you, and just notice, is it in the same place on this side or is it different? Exhaling, bring chin to chest. And again, 3 times, arms rise and fall as the gaze joins it. If the hips are elevated, go ahead and move the blanket or block out of the way. Move any props that you have towards the front of the mat. Extend your right leg out to the side. Left foot settles into that right thigh. Maybe you activate the muscles of this leg. And just exhale forward and inhale back. Again, exploring. What are the sensations up and down the leg? What are you feeling in the back or the hips? As you're ready, come forward to wherever your body takes you and take 2 breaths here. Adjust the shoulders and the weight of the body to find the stretch that's right for you. Take your right hand to your thigh, press down for 2 breaths. Taking a deep breath in, rise, exhale, come forward. Settle in, just noticing, how does the body respond now? Pressing into your hands, come up. Take this extended leg behind you. And if you have a knee or hip injury and it doesn't allow you to do it, you can keep that leg extended. Hand to that back hip. Lift the hip and rock forward. And then tuck the tailbone under and come back. So back and forth here. Again, if that leg is extended, you can still do it with the leg extended. It just feels a little different. So again, just noticing sensation, how easily do the hips move? Maybe they have gotten very stuck. They really don't move at all. That's okay. One more time here. Go ahead and lift this front knee, bring it into the rib cage, and then drop it down towards the mat. And 2 times here. As you're ready, bring the knee down and let the body follow. Head and shoulders and ribs, and rise. And 2 more times here. As you're ready, let the knee come down, bring the body over the leg. Settle here. Find your breath. As you're ready, press into your hands and rise up. Bring your legs forward. Find your sitting bones again underneath you. Windshield wiper your feet, bounce your knees, shoulders over hips, close your eyes and check in. And just noticing, maybe there's a difference. Maybe one leg feels a little bit longer or heavier. Notice what's happened in the hips. Maybe one hip feels flatter or one hip feels higher. Notice the curves of the back, left and right side, the shoulders, the head. One more deep breath here. Notice what you notice. As you're ready, we'll repeat that sequence. So now you know what's coming on this side. The right foot presses into the left leg. The left leg is extended. Just come forward and back. Again, don't push it at all. Go wherever the body is naturally taking you. And as you're ready, settle. And again, just notice what feels best. Maybe you move your shoulders a little bit and shift. Or you could flex the foot and push it out away or draw the hip crease back. Take hand to thigh, press down for 2 breaths. And taking a deep breath in, come forward, find your stretch. And again, how comfortable are you with being a little uncomfortable? There's no pain here, but there's tension. You should be feeling sensation. Can you get comfortable with that? Can you relax into that instead of fighting it? Gently press into your hands and rise. Bring that leg behind you, hand to hip. Again, lift and lower, and again, extend that leg if you need to. Work with whatever limitations your body has. The goal here is to move and to attach the sensation and the feeling to the movement, connecting the mind and the body. One more time here. Bring that front knee up to the chest, rock forward, bring the knee down. Back and forth here a few times. And as you're ready, add the body. So drop the knee down, the shoulders, the rib cage, and rise. Again. One more time. Go ahead and bring that knee down to the floor, the head down. Again, just settle here, support your hands, or support your head on your hands. If you don't come down that far, blocks are your friend. Just bring that block to the front and bring the head to the block. Whatever you need to do to get comfortable. Find the stretch as you lengthen through the spine, as you adjust the weight of the shoulders. And notice where the stretch is settled. Maybe it's in the hip, maybe it's in the back, maybe it's in the thigh. Take one more breath here. As you're ready, press into your hands and rise. Again, bring the legs forward, find the sitting bones. Windshield wiper the feet, bounce the knees, stack shoulders over hips. Closing your eyes if you're comfortable with that. Notice, how are the feet rotated? How are the legs connected to the mat? What is the weight in the hips? How has the back responded to that? Does one shoulder feel higher or lower than the other? One more breath. Notice what you notice. As you're ready, meet me in table. So on hands and knees, and if you have that blanket, maybe if your knees need more cushion, you can put the blanket underneath the knees. Spread the fingers wide. Imagine that you have a bubble of air in the palm of the hand. Maybe there's a blueberry there and you don't want to smash it. From here, begin to find your cat pose. So you're going to draw the spine up towards the sky as the head comes down, and then tilt the hips forward as the chest comes through. So just back and forth here, cat and cow. One more time. and meet me back in table. Round the back up, bring the arms all the way up, come up into a kneeling mountain, and exhaling, bring the hips back and the hands forward. Find your child's pose. So the hips are drawing back, the forehead is coming towards the mat. Again, deep breath in, rise up. Exhale, release. One more time. Come forward onto your hands and knees. Go ahead and find a kneeling plank and exhale down to the mat as the elbows come towards the sky. Forearms to the mat. Take the forearms wide. Take the fingers wide. Float the chest up and off the mat and bring the rib cage through the arms and up. Sphinx. Come in and out of Sphinx a couple of times. How is the back responding to this? What does the mat feel like under the weight of the forearms and the thighs and the legs, the feet? One more time here. Engage the abdominals, tuck the ribs under, or tuck the shoulder blades under the ribs. I'm losing my words here. Exhale and release. Bring your hands back to your rib cage, your hips back to table. So let's make a flow out of this. Round up to kneeling mountain. Exhale, bring the hips back to the heels, the hands forward, come to child. Breathe in, come to your plank. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, find Sphinx as the forearms press down and the chest rises. And then bring the hands back towards the rib cage and exhale back to table. Rise to kneeling mountain. Find your child. Plank to the mat. And Sphinx to table. One more time, round all the way up. Kneeling mountain to child. Find your own pace this time. Whenever you're ready, plank to the mat. And Sphinx to table. When you come into table, stay there. I invite you to just find the strength of the pose as you press down with the tops of your feet with those hands. Rise up one final time into that kneeling mountain. Hands to heart. Find your balance as you bring your front leg forward, your right leg forward to the front. And then hands to thigh, just gently lean a little bit forward and back. And just two more times here, just opening up through the hip on that back side a little bit. And then hands to thigh, press into that back leg and stand up. Find mountain pose. So as you find mountain pose, the heel comes into the instep there, pivot on the big toe. Now your feet are about hip width apart, parallel on the inside of the feet, toes are lined up, heels are lined up. Deep breath in, arms rise, hands to heart. Begin to engage the muscles of the upper back as you press your palms together. Press down with your feet and lift up with your toes. As you lift the toes up, maybe you can feel the abdominals engaged. Exhale, release and drop. One more time, just notice sensation. As you're ready, curl the toes, engage the abdominals, and then let the toes come down to the mat, but keep the abdominals engaged. Deep breath in, arms rise high, hold on to one wrist and come out to the side. And go the other direction. Find your forward fold. Bend your knees and bring your rib cage to your thighs. And if you want to use blocks to give yourself a little bit more support, go ahead and do that. And just find a really comfortable forward fold. Shake your head out no and yes. And then as you're ready, hands to the mat, bring one foot back and then the other and meet me in that plank and come down to the mat. Find your Sphinx. Hands to ribs, come back to table. And rise to kneeling mountain. And hands to heart. Bring the left leg forward and find your balance. And hands to thigh. Again, just gently move forward and back. Opening up the hip on that right side now. And as you're ready, hands to either side of that foot, raise the back leg, rise all the way up, and hands to heart, bring that back foot to the front. Meet me in mountain. Stay here for 2 breaths in mountain. Notice what you notice. Pressing into the right foot, bring the left foot back, hands on hips. So take that foot all the way back as far as you can with a comfortable stance. This back foot is angled towards the front of the mat, and my pinky toe is almost to the outside edge of the mat. So it's a wide stance. This is warrior 1. Adjust the hips so that they are generally facing forward. Take your thumb to your hips. Again, whatever's comfortable for you. If something's not comfortable for you, don't do it. But gently guide those glutes down towards the mat. Arms rise. Notice what warrior 1 feels like in your body right now. Where is the sensation? Straightening out that front leg, bring that same hand as front leg. So if my right leg is front, my right hand is on my thigh. Support it. Bend the knee, reach as far forward as you possibly can, and come down. So again, if you have any injuries in your back, you're just going to adjust. Make this comfortable for you. So a little sensation, no pain. 2 more times. Connect it with breath. Inhale as you reach. Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you rise. One more time. Find your warrior again. Bring your right hand to your sacrum bone. It's right there above your tailbone. It connects the tailbone to the bottom of your spine. Wrap the ribs around. Bring the arm across. Find breath and a twist. Again, where is the sensation in the twist? And can you get comfortable with a little bit of discomfort? Deep breath in, arms rise. Hands come out to the side, roll the shoulders forward. Tuck the shoulder blades under, open up across the chest. Deep breath in, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Back foot comes forward, meet me in mountain, and check in. Again, if you're comfortable with it, close your eyes. Notice how long it takes you to quit rocking. Notice sensation under your feet, right foot compared to left. Notice the length of the legs, the setting of the hips, the shoulders, maybe even distance from shoulder to ear, right to left. Same sequence on the other side. Hands to hips, step into the left foot. Right leg comes all the way back, angled forward and wide. Hips facing generally towards the front, shoulders over those hips, arms rise. How does that warrior feel? Is it any different on this side than it was on the other side? Notice what you're feeling in the body. As you're ready, straighten out that front leg. So if my left leg is straight, my left hand is on the thigh, and then bend it as you reach all the way forward and down. Inhale, rise. 4 more times. Reach and come down. Again, choose your range of motion. What's right for your body? As you're ready, bend that front leg. Come back to that warrior one. Notice how it feels. Has anything shifted or changed? Bring that left hand to the small of the back. Again, just wrap the ribs around. Bring that opposite arm across the front. So you're twisting towards the inside of that front leg. One more breath here. Sweep the arms all the way forward and up. Find your warrior. Hands come out to the side. Roll the shoulders forward. Tuck the shoulder blades under as you open up across the heart. Again, just reflecting here, how open are you to change? Can you invite God to make whatever changes are necessary in your life to transform you, to bring you into wholeness? Arms rise, palms together, hands to heart, back foot comes forward, meet me in mountain. Settle here, notice what you notice. The way the feet are connected, ankle to knee, knee to hip, hip to shoulder, shoulders to ears. Take 3 breaths here. Deep breath in, arms rise, exhaling. Find whatever forward fold works for you. Use blocks, don't use blocks. Up to you, but keep the rib cage close to the thighs. Hands to shins, rise up halfway. Exhale down, one leg back and then the other. Meet me in plank. Drop the knees. Come back through child. And up to kneeling mountain. So let's go through that opening flow twice. Just notice, has anything changed in sensation since you started your practice today? So, kneeling mountain to child. And as you're ready, plank to the mat. And sphinx to table. And again. Kneeling mountain to child. And plank to the mat and sphinx to table. At your pace, following your breath. What do you notice? As you're ready, come back into child from table and rise back and forth, child to table twice. And then come into child and stay there. So as you come back into child, make it work for you. So maybe that means supporting your head with a block. Maybe that means bringing a blanket under your knees or in between, like in the backside of your knees. Maybe that means just supporting your head with your hands. Whatever works for you so that you can stay here for maybe about 10 breaths. Go ahead and let the knees go a little bit wide if that helps you. Can you breathe fully into the back of the body as well as the front? And you soften, imagining yourself that plant in the ground, open to being moved, shifted, changed, trusting that whatever God has for you next is better. As you're ready, gently press into your hands and rise up. Find a seated position, bring the feet wide on the mat in front of you, and gently find a lower body twist as those knees just rock back and forth. Bring the feet forward, bring the block next to your hips, and come down onto your back, knees bent. From here, begin to explore bridge. And again, if bridge doesn't work for you, that's okay. Just find your breath and notice the way the body's connected to the mat. But maybe you can tilt your hips and come up one vertebra at a time until you feel that rest in the base of the heels and the shoulder blades. And exhale down, just looking for a little more flexibility in the spine. Maybe as you rise, you can come up one vertebra at a time, or maybe your whole back moves as a single unit. But see if you can articulate through the spine as you come up and down. One more time, in and out of bridge. As you're ready, lift up your hips just enough that this block can come underneath the sacrum bone. So remember, the sacrum bone is this bone that connects the tailbone to the vertebra, and this block is going to come right underneath it. So again, find something very comfortable. You should not feel any strain with this one. So, if your back is spasming or anything like that, just come off the block and bring your back to the mat. Begin to let the bone, the sacrum bone, get heavy, the back get heavy into that block. And maybe as you're here in this supported bridge, there's something specific that you know needs to change. Inviting God to take that from you, to prune it away. Maybe storing it in that block, removing it from you. Take 3 more breaths here. Feel the hips soften as they melt over the block. Feel the mat underneath your feet and your shoulder blades. Maybe you can feel the body rise and fall with breath. Take 1 more breath here. As you're ready, gently press into your feet and lift up. Slide that block out of the way. Bring the back flat to the mat and just notice, how is the back settled onto the mat now? Where are the curves? Where is the weight? Bring the feet off the mat, hands to knees together, and begin to draw a circle in the ceiling with those knees so you're massaging all around that sacrum bone. As you're ready, reverse the circle and just notice as you move in the other direction, does anything shift or change? As you're ready, gently move the knees away from the rib cage and towards the ribs, back and forth here. As you're ready, bring the feet down and extend the legs long. As you find your final resting posture today, go ahead and windshield wipe your feet and bounce your knees. Reach your hands up to the sky and let the shoulders drop down, and maybe one more time. And let the hands come down to your side and stay here. Find your breath. And I'm going to read to you from a poetry book that I love called How Far You Have Come. For all that is lost and still not recovered, allow your hope to bound forward in the abandoned streets where others' hopes used to be. May you lead the way from the water that destroyed to a water that brings life. Let your passion turn into compassion. Make beautiful things that speak to the value of those around you. Give time. Give space. Give smiles and give your peace. And perhaps it can never be said enough. Give grace. Just be. Maybe you feel unqualified and you do not know why. Think of the Kalima butterfly, folding her wings to resemble a leaf. She is muted, and she is beautiful and purposed all the same, even when others do not see. She does not make herself known in the way that other butterflies do, but she will show up exactly how she was meant to. Stay here for another minute. And if your thoughts wander, connect to breath and notice the way that the body has settled onto the mat. Stay here a little longer if you can. If you need to move on with your day, bring movement back. Wiggling fingers and toes, rotating wrists and ankles, maybe turning your head side to side. And taking a deep breath in, bring arms up and overhead and reach for that wall behind you, fingers to one wall and toes to the other. As you're ready, bend your knees and roll over onto your side and find your breath here. Gently pressing into your hands, rise up to a sitting position. Find your breath, your sitting bones. And check in one final time, just noticing body, mind, and soul. What has shifted and changed since you started your practice today? Taking a deep breath in, draw arms up and overhead, palms together, and exhale, hands to heart. And I invite you to say out loud with me the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And repeat after me, God, thank you for all that I am. Thank you for all that I was created to be. And thank you for all that I will become. Amen. Thank you for practicing with me today.